Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It is Monday, June 15th, 2026. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru, CovingtonAlsina, and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. It was another amazing Bands in the Sand for the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. Congrats to all who put that together and to all the fantastic sponsors that really make it happen every single year. I'm talking about Dick Franyo and the Boatyard Bar and Grill, Annapolis Subaru, Edward Jones, Atlas Restaurant Group, Chesapeake Beverage, and many others. You all are rock stars. But there is no rock trivia for today's Boomer Trivia. How about that? What animal did President Eisenhower ban from the White House grounds? Was it dogs, squirrels, crows, or cats? I really have no clue, so think on it, and I'll have that answer for you in a few minutes. But now we have a lot of news to catch up on, so let's get into it, shall we? 2 Annapolis families were displaced after trees fell onto homes during Friday night's severe thunderstorm, though no injuries were reported. The storm brought winds of more than 60 miles per hour, knocking down trees and power lines and blocking roads across the city. West Annapolis and Admiral Heights appear to have taken the worst of the damage. As of noon on Saturday, nearly 800 BG&E customers in the city of Annapolis remained without power, and Mayor Jared Littman said that damaged substations could slow the restoration. Public Works crews worked overnight to clear roads and will continue cleanup with BG&E. Residents should treat all downed wires as live and dangerous and avoid any trees or branches that touch power lines. Smaller branches may be moved to the roadside only when it's safe to do so. Storm damage can be reported through the city's online forum, which we do have a link to at eyeonannapolis.net. And also, the Annapolis call center is available at 410-260-2211 for non-emergency questions. Well, they say that times they are a-changin', and here in Annapolis, pricing is a-changin'. Yes, parking rates are changing at several Annapolis garages and lots beginning on July 1st, with most prices going up. Is anybody shocked? The City Council approved the changes as part of the fiscal year 27 budget, though the Mills Hillman garage was left out of the increase for now. Because Hillman is tied to a long-term concession agreement, council members said that raising rates would be easier than lowering them later if the city decided to change its mind. Like that has ever happened in the 250, 60 years that this city's been around. Anyhow, to park in the Mills Hillman garage, the rate is $17 for 4 hours. And that does remain unchanged from what it is today. But I want to put that in perspective for you a little bit. I spent the afternoon yesterday in Frederick, and I parked in one of their city garages downtown for 6 hours. And the total cost? $3. The changes come after the downtown business owners, employees, and customers urged the city to make parking more affordable. So we'll see where that goes. But right now, the bottom line is that parking is getting more expensive for most everyone on July 1st. All 6 candidates that are running for Anne Arundel County Council District 6 are expected to appear together on Tuesday for a community debate at Maryland Hall. The doors open at 6:30 p.m. and the forum begins at 7. Participating candidates are Gavin Buckley, George Gallagher, Katie McDermott, Dominic Prokop, Joe Tulin, and Sean White. Former Anne Arundel County Executive Bobby Neal will serve as the moderator. The debate is expected to be the only District 6 forum before June 23rd primary, where all 6 candidates will share the same stage. District 6 does include Annapolis and the nearby communities, and residents will have a chance to hear the candidates discuss local issues and compare their positions. Mail-in voting is already underway, and early voting began on June 11th, and this is really one of the more important elections that you're going to see. And for those that are civic-minded, this is a must-attend. And in a less than stellar coordination of calendars, the city of Annapolis is going to be holding a community work session on Tuesday at the same time as the debate to gather ideas on improving and speeding up the building permit process. The session will run from 7 to 8:15 p.m. at the Pip Moyer Rec Center on Hilltop Lane. Residents, contractors, and business owners will be able to meet directly with staff who review building, grading, and stormwater plans. Planning and Zoning Director Chris Jakubiak said that the goal is to cut the red tape and create a faster, more predictable permitting system. The city does say that the average review times have already been reduced by nearly half since 2023, and Annapolis is now in its second year of offering next-day permits for some minor residential projects. The session will include staff from Planning and Zoning, Public Works, and the Fire Marshal's Office. And yes, the city is asking people who have dealt with permits to come talk about permits, which should guarantee no shortage of opinions. East Puerto Rockin returns on Saturday the 27th from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. on 2nd Street in Eastport for its 29th anniversary. The festival is going to feature nearly 40 local and regional bands across 4 stages, along with food, artists, craft vendors, children's activities, and plenty of waterfront Eastport energy. General admission is only $40. Kids 12 and under are free with a ticket, and VIP tickets are also available with beer, wine, and snacks, and a limited edition shirt, seating areas, and other perks. And for you special people that are listening to this, if you use the code EOA2026, that will save you $5 on every single general admission ticket you want to buy. Once again, that is EOA2026. If you are feeling lucky, be sure to catch the DNB tomorrow because I'm going to have some freebies to give away. All right, that is a wrap. First off, thank you, as always, for listening and sharing. And I want to give a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, CovingtonAlsina, Third Eye Comics, and Macmedics. As for your boomer trivia, Eisenhower was an avid golfer, and he didn't want those pesky squirrels interfering with his game. He had them banned from the White House grounds, and they were actually trapped and relocated to Rock Creek Park. Now you need to stay tuned for your local Eye on Annapolis weather from George Young, and Ann Covington is here with her Monday Money Report, so hang tight. All that's coming your way in less than a minute.
Have you ever thought, I think I'm okay, but you just want to know for sure? CovingtonAlsina is right here in Annapolis, helping women put a clear plan around their money, their goals, and their life. For over a decade, they've helped women turn uncertainty into clarity with practical guidance built around real life. Whether you're making a career move, planning for retirement, managing investments, or sorting through tax and estate planning, CovingtonAlsina helps you get organized and move forward with confidence. And if you'd like to learn before you leave, CovingtonAlsina hosts monthly educational events, virtual and in person. Learn more at CovingtonAlsina.com and click events, or call the Annapolis office at 410-457-7165. CovingtonAlsina.com, at the intersection of women and wealth. Advisory services offered through CovingtonAlsina, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves the risk of loss and unless otherwise stated is not guaranteed.
Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief weather forecast for Monday, June 15th. What a storm that was on Friday night, and seemingly out of nowhere too, when it looked like maybe the night would wind down without any real storm activity in the Annapolis region. In the end, though, it was a really rough reminder of the simple fact that any thunderstorm can turn severe, and once severe, any storm can become very dangerous in a hurry. That being said, despite the damage and trauma of it all, that was maybe the most colorful and photogenic storm I've ever seen in this region, especially from pictures and videos coming from across the bay on the eastern shore looking back toward Annapolis. Just amazing. As for the weather this week, conditions will be relatively tolerable today through Wednesday before it then turns hot again through the weekend. Look for breezy highs today in the mid-80s with calmer winds tomorrow with highs in the low to mid-80s, with Wednesday then bringing mid to upper 80s and a very small chance for a shower or storm. From there, temps are expected to jump way up into the 95 to 103 degree range on Thursday, with a chance for some PM storms with more showers and storms possible again Friday as temps max out around the 90 degree mark. As for the weekend, the expectation is for sunny skies with highs in the upper 80s to low or maybe mid 90s both Saturday and Sunday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information for the Annapolis region so you can always stay weather informed.
Third Eye Comics, the DMV's favorite nerd store featuring comics, anime, toys, games, graphic novels, records, and so much more. Visit the famous Third Eye Superstore in Annapolis, Maryland, only 5 minutes from Annapolis Mall, or one of our great locations in Lexington Park, College Park, Waldorf, or Richmond, Virginia. You can also shop online at thirdeyecomics.com.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing it can be confusing. Ann Covington, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it for nearly 20 years. Are you ready? Now, here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Covington of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. Despite the SpaceX IPO, markets were essentially flat last week. Worries about continued high inflation, coupled with a resilient labor market, have raised the possibility of a rate increase later this year. The new head of the Federal Reserve, Kevin Warsh, would like to consider other inflation measurements and is also concerned about the size of the bank's balance sheet. How his concerns factor into rate decisions remains to be seen. What interest you personally pay is partly determined by the Federal Reserve, but also by your credit score. That score can range from 300 to 850 and can also impact qualifying for a car loan or apartment lease. The main factors that impact your score are on-time payments, amount of credit utilized, length of credit history, requests for new credit, and the types of credit you have. Paying every debt on time makes up a large part of your score, and the length of a late payment also matters, with a 60-day late payment worse than a 30-day late payment. Having your credit pulled when you want to take out a new loan or credit card has a smaller impact, and it doesn't last as long. Late payments affect your score for 7 years. Have both an installment loan like a car payment, as well as revolving credit like a credit card, increases your score. That's why paying off a car loan, which should be a good thing, can temporarily drop your credit score. Another large factor is the amount of credit utilized. Using less than 30% of your available credit is a good thing. At the same time, you do not need to carry a balance to increase or maintain your credit score. Paying off your cards in full every month is a good thing and does not reduce your score. At the same time, you do need to use your card regularly. Lenders may reduce your credit limit or even close cards that are infrequently used. They do not want to take the risk of someone having large amounts of untapped credit that is only used if the consumer runs into financial trouble and may then be unable to pay off the large debt. If you're looking for a new card, a site like bankrate.com or thepointsguy.com can provide comparisons among card benefits. For most people, a no-fee card with cash back will be your best option. If you're unable to pay your balance in full every month, look for the lowest interest rate. And if you are carrying credit card debt, a zero-interest introductory rate may make opening a new card to transfer higher rate balances speed up the process of paying off your debt. Using credit widely has wide-ranging impacts on your life. A credit card that offers cash back or travel points can be a bonus when you pay it off in full each month. Credit cards with large balances or late payments can weigh you down and prevent you from reaching your financial goals. Paying them off and then building an emergency fund are the first steps toward financial freedom. Your action item this week is to remove your credit card numbers from online shopping sites. Make yourself go through the trouble of getting your wallet and entering your card to slow down the purchase, and give yourself time to consider if it is a need or a want. Check out our website and our Facebook page for more information and for our educational events like our signature Women, Wine, and Wisdom. CovingtonAlsina is a registered investment advisor. Information presented is for educational purposes only, not intended to make an offer, solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments for all risks, unless otherwise stated, and not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before making any strategy discussed herein. Past performance, non-indicative view performance. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Covington with CovingtonAlsina.
There are more than 500 pets in the care of the SPCA of Anne Arundel County that need good homes, and they have so much to offer the rest of us. At Annapolis Subaru, we are committed to helping the SPCA see that these animals stay safe and healthy. All year long, Annapolis Subaru partners with the SPCA to host pet adoption events, sponsor vaccination clinics, and community events. We feature pets on our weekly Canines and Crosstreks podcast. Our associates and our Subaru customers show up in packs at the Walk for the Animals and Lights on the Bay events. You can help our SPCA find loving homes for these pets. Volunteer, donate, foster, read a book, scratch some ears, or rub some bellies. Show up for the pets in the care of the SPCA of Anne Arundel County.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.